Welcome to the Vol Now podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, here with Russell B. Wright, baby. How you doing
Let's
tonight,
do
Russ?
this. Let's do this. I'm good, man. How you doing?
Buddy, I'm good. I'm ready to talk some Texas A&M Aggies.
Yeah, same. Good game right here.
Oh, yeah. This will be a hard-fought one. I don't think there's been one single game that's not been hard-fought since the Cotton Bowl back in the day. There might have been one or two, but that last time, the earliest I remember us ever playing them was 2004, 2005. So
yeah,
it's weird though because as far back as this series goes, it dates back to December 28th, 1957.
Damn,
and
a while back.
And yeah, but dude, it's been a tight series. I mean, it's hard not to be whenever it's I don't know what, almost 70 years old, and you only play 5 times. Vols lead it all time though, 3-2. The Vols took the rubber match here the last time they played. It's the Vols and the series' largest margin of victory was 38-7, an absolute mollywhopping in the Cotton Bowl, 2004-2005 season. Gerald Riggs is still running over him.
Eric Ainge.
Eric Ainge, Gerald Riggs. Who else was on that team? Let's see here. Gerald Riggs. Arian Foster.
Foster was on that. That's true. Foster was on that team. That would
Chris
have been
Brown at tight end.
That'd have been a freshman, Robert Meacham, I think.
Jason Swain.
It'd have been a sophomore Meacham, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. I think it was a freshman. I think he was a freshman because Cal come to Knoxville in 2006, and Meacham ran wild, son.
Yeah, he did.
I think, and if I'm thinking right. Maybe Jason Swain will jump in the comments here and correct me, but I think Swain and Meacham both came in on the same freshman class.
Okay. The Swain event.
The Swain event, who knows? 2 out of the 3 matchups most recently were both decided by a touchdown.
Sure.
Aggie's first trip to Knoxville was 2020. They did win that one, 34-13. They beat the shit out of Coach Cornbread, which who didn't? Last trip to Knoxville, though, was 2023. Vols won 20-13 thanks to some stout defense and D. Williams on a punt return.
I was about to say, what was that kid's name? I remember his last name was Williams with the big punt return. He was a great returner for us, man.
He was, man. And then if you think about it, going back, last time we played them before 2020 was 2016, and we went down there and we lost a heartbreaker. And it was either single overtime or double overtime, but it was a heartbreaker.
45-38, wasn't it?
It might have been. I want to say
we came into that game undefeated. We were coming off of the Hail Mary to Georgia.
Yep, and they were talking about the pixie dust and all this, and Gary Danielson was being Gary Danielson and being a douchebag,
Idiot. Absolutely.
But I mean, this has been a fun series, even though it is a small sample size. It's been a fun series. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to it being another slugfest because we've seen what they could do last year. They were a good defensive football team last year. I do like Mike Elko. I think that he's a good football coach. I think he was a damn good hire. I liked him at Duke, man. Of course, I've got a soft spot for Duke football, but I did like him at Duke. I think he overachieved there. I do think he's underachieving right now at Texas A&M though, because but are they really? You know what I'm saying?
How long are they going to underachieve under Elko though? He's one of those guys to where it's hard to beat Elko twice. He's a dude who will see you one time and he figures you out and he beats you. And it's his resume speaks for itself on that. I mean, he doesn't lose a lot of games twice to people. So Heupel's got his work cut out for him going into College Station. He really does. That
stadium
itself is huge.
Oh yeah, Kyle Field is one of the best. I mean, they call him the 12th man for a reason, you know.
Is it not the biggest seated stadium in the country? Do they not seat most people?
If it's not, it's close. I know it's the biggest one in the SEC.
It is. It's huge.
It's you know, and I know that seems like maybe putting Elko on a hot seat, so to speak, and I don't think he is by any means, but
no,
I think that maybe it being year one for him last year, he had a pretty damn good year one.
Sure, he did.
I mean, didn't they go to the playoffs last year? Or were close? One of the two? They did go to the playoffs last year.
Did A&M go to the playoffs last year?
Let's look. Hang on. Let me double check.
I don't know if they did or not, Jordan. I don't think they did. Because God knows you had to have James Madison come in and get absolutely mollywopped in the first round instead of having, a team like Texas A&M that could have contended.
Hold on just 1 second. We will make sure and look.
I don't know.
Sure
I think that whole just to cut a little bit of talk right here for us. I think that playoff system we're running with right now is absolute. I mean, it's going to be better this year, but that previous one was garbage. I made a lot of arguments on why it was cool for those non-Power 4, Power 5 teams to get a bid.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, man, we saw the outcomes of that. There's none of these teams that's going to play like Boise State in 06. Okay?
Well, NIL, plain and simple. They did actually reach playoffs last year. They were their 7th seed. Hosted their first round game at Kyle Field where they lost. They lost to the Miami Hurricanes, the eventual national championship game.
Or, contenders, I should say, runner up.
10-3. They lost that game 10-3, and that's why I thought. And if I remember correctly, the weather was wild that game. The wind was crazy. That's why it was so low scoring. It was 10-3. I want to say Texas A&M had a couple of shots at putting one in the end zone and just couldn't do it. Could not do it.
I do remember that now. Good season on Elko's part last year. Oh
yeah, shit. I mean, how could you say anything different for a first-year head coach nonetheless?
Seventh in the national rankings to end going into the playoffs. You got a home playoff game. Yeah, you didn't win, but I mean, the loss isn't bad when you see the grand scheme of how everything played out. I mean, it wasn't like Indiana ran through Miami either, right? Like Miami was a good team.
Miami had a shot in the national natty.
They're a good team this year too, but so is Texas A&M. Texas A&M is, I would venture to say, probably the best team in the SEC.
Yeah, I mean they've got a
whole roster, special teams, offense, defense. That's the best team in the SEC.
They've got a strong case for it. And Elko's good on offense. That's part of why that's part of why he was so good at Duke. And he had talent at Duke. I mean,
yeah, he did. Duke was really good with Elko as their guy. It wasn't like Duke was a pushover team. No, they were contending for ACC championships every year.
So it's this is going to be an interesting game. This is going to be a big game, especially if we're sitting at the same record that we sit here and we've predicted so far. Granted, we have big losses. We have different losses. Mine's definitely worse than yours. But it's there. So
I think we're sitting top 10 in the country with my loss. I think we're sitting 20th, maybe a little higher with yours. I still think we're a ranked team at this point.
I think if we're going to go there, I think we're a fringe playoff team and needing help at this point. Because if Arkansas is as bad as you think they're going to be and probably as bad as what they really are going to be, we're going to be sitting 15-18.
Sure.
Needing a little help. This is going to be one of those games that if we win it, we shoot up to probably 13-14. no matter what happens in front of us. Probably 14 if everybody in front of us wins. If the right things happen, 13. Now, this is where it kind of gets interesting. The key games that I have wrote down for Texas A&M at LSU, potential loss, probably a loss, honestly. Depends on if that's a night game or not. They've got to go to both Columbias, Missouri and South Carolina. I'd say they probably get those two. They also have to go to Tuscaloosa.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it comes down to what are they playing for? What are we playing for? Are we both sitting here playing for the playoffs? Are we both willing to say, okay, this could be our mulligan game out? And I think a lot of it depends on what LSU's doing. What it's crazy to say this. How does Vandy look?
True.
You know, it's just another week for the Vols, another tough opponent. Some of these team schedules set up. Some of these team schedules set up nicely for them to come in dinged up, but then at the same time, so does Tennessee's.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on who is healthy that late in the year. Who's missing who? I think a lot. Johnny Major said it best way back in the day. They remember what you do in November.
Yeah.
This starts our November slate off, and it's like, what are we playing for? What's Tennessee playing for? I think we got an idea what Texas A&M's probably going to be playing for. I think if we're playing for playoffs, and you and I seem to think we might be at this point. Are we playing for the playoffs? Are we playing for pride? Are we playing Spooler here?
Well, and here's the thing. I think in the previous preview that we had, I had forgotten that I have 2 losses on the schedule for us already because I have us marked down for Texas and Bama.
Yeah, you do. You got us 5-2.
Yes, I got us 5-2. And that's something I just remembered, but I'm still sticking.
Excuse me, I think it's 6-2 now because we've only got this game, LSU and Vandy, so it's 6-2. You've got a 6-2. I've got a 7-1.
I'm 6-2 right now, right? I feel like that we are playing still for playoffs. Like 2 losses. The 2 losses I've got us down for, we're losing to Texas and Bama. I don't feel like either one of those are bad losses.
They're not.
I feel like
they're just at home. They're home losses.
Yeah, tough ones to take on the chin. And it's to me, I feel like we're right there. We're on the fringe of looking in the playoffs still with those 2 losses. I still feel like we're sitting in the top 25. We're probably 20th, 21st. This game right here knocks us out of the top 25, I think. I do. I don't know if we've got it for them in Kyle Field. I
don't think it knocks us out of the top 25.
I'm super nervous about this one. Now,
if we're 6-2, go ahead, Russ. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. On the flip side of that coin, I do feel like Texas A&M's undefeated coming into this game. I do.
I think they're going to drop one of those 4 road games. I think they probably it's going to be Bama or LSU. They could possibly drop both of them. But if I had to pick out of the 2, I would say probably Bama, just because I don't trust Kiffin. Kiffin always loses a game every year he shouldn't. I think that's kind of where we're at. I don't know, man. This is a hard one because there's a good chance we're playing Spooler, and there's a good chance we're playing for the playoffs. I don't necessarily think we're going to be just playing for pride.
No.
I think at this point pride's a different thing than positioning yourself for a good bowl game. I could see us playing for a good bowl game here at this point in the season because we could very well have 3 losses. And those 3 losses would be Bama, Texas, and probably Auburn.
I'd venture to say the talent at South Carolina could get us before Auburn.
I mean, either one of those is likely.
God willing, Shane Beamer figures out how to run a play system down there.
No, I don't think he will. Can't see it for the Pit Vipers.
I see us at 5-2. I mean, I'm going to stand on that ground coming into this, or 6-2.
I can see it. I can see it.
I just see us there, man. I know I'm overranking us a little bit, but I just don't know. I just don't think that we lose to an inferior Arkansas team. I don't think we get beat by Shane Beamer, and I definitely don't think we're getting beat by Georgia Tech. I shouldn't have to explain why I don't think we're getting beat by Furman or Kennesaw. If we're
no, I don't disagree with you. By no means. It's going to be. This is one of those games where I think this game right here is going to determine where we end up in the postseason.
Sure. I agree. I 100% agree with that.
So that's kind of where we're at. What do you got on this one? What do you think? What do you think's going to happen?
I mean, we got to control again. I know I sound like a broken record on here, but we've got to control time of possession against this team. We got to keep Elko's offense off the field. We've got to make him make defensive decisions that he's not comfortable making. We've got to put them in a hole early. We've got to take the crowd out of this thing, because if we let that crowd linger along past the second half, we're in trouble, big trouble. That being said, I don't foresee us being able to do that. This is a tough road environment. Heupel's not great on the road. It's been his thorn. This is the toughest road environment I think we'll see for a majority of the season, probably the entire season. Give me Elko and the A&M Aggies. Score prediction. Give me A&M 34-17.
Okay. I mean, I can see it. I mean, that's not real. That's not unrealistic. I'm gonna agree with you on this one. You're gonna have us 6-3. I'm gonna have us 7-2. And again, it goes down to Heupel winning on the road. That's my biggest thing. I don't think it's a talent thing. I don't think they're that much more talented than we are. I don't think they're better coached than we are. But at the end of the day, it comes down to Heupel on the road and how he calls plays, and he calls scared on the road. Man, we'll come out like a flat, and we come out playing not to lose. This team right here will beat us. They're good enough. They'll beat us to death. They're good enough to do it. I'm gonna say this is one of those games where we kind of get brought back down to earth a little bit, and I'll even go as far as saying 35-10. Texas A&M.
I can see it. Now, flip side this for me, Jordan, on what you think here. I'll pick your brain. Okay. Say Heupel goes into Kyle Field. Heupel pulls out a win. Do we put the road bug to bed with a win for Heupel here? No.
That's always going to be a thing.
Okay.
It's always going to be a thing for him. And it's not. I do think it helps. I mean, obviously, it's not going to hurt. Sure. I think it helps. I think that, maybe it gives you a little bit more confidence going on the road later on. If we're on even footing with people, 2022 proved it. I mean, we emptied out Tiger Stadium, and they wanted to complain, it wasn't a night game. We didn't have time to get drunk enough. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you did. You coon asses drink all fucking day, or all freaking day. Like, plain and simple. Don't even go there. That's just that's a cop out. It is. Because the last time we went down there and played at night was right after Hurricane Katrina. That I remember. I'm sure it's happened since then, but it was right after Hurricane Katrina, and LSU jumped all over us. I remember watching that game, 2005, LSU jumped all over us, son.
Yep.
And Eric Ainge ended up getting knocked out. He hit his head on the goalpost, and here come pickle boy Rick Clausen. And, buddy, we straight up just the rest of the game didn't give up a thing. Clausen got us back in that game because he had a chip on his shoulder for that one. And come back and won. So
Hurricane number 2 hit that city in a matter of days.
Ooh, you savage.
No, to say something for any LSU fan, any LSU fan that might venture into this, it's not any shot. Katrina was terrible. Golly, that was an awful thing.
I think I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird situation for us to be in because we don't know what our quarterback. And I mean, this whole preseason preview has been a weird thing to do. But really, I mean, we think we know who our quarterback's going to be, but is that who it's going to be? What if it's not? What if it's McIntyre and he just lights the world on fire and we all of a sudden become like the St. Louis Rams and we're the greatest show on turf? Like, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Because it's capable of going that way.
Well, in the generation of NIL, Jordan, anything is possible, right? Like, you could take a team who won 4 games last year and pump $30 million worth of NIL kids into them, and they're probably going to be a playoff team this year.
Ask Indiana.
Exactly. You take a look. We'll take no further look than when we made the playoffs in 24. And the team that we played against, Ohio State, they had over $20 million paid into that roster in NIL money.
And this year they say that's not even going to be a drop in the bucket to win one.
It's what I'm saying. Like it's picked up. It's growing by the tens of millions. It's not a couple of million here and there. You might get a $9 or $10 million cap raise in the NFL every now and then.
Yeah, and that's a lot. That's a lot in the NFL. But in the grand scheme of things, when you look at NFL contracts, that's not a lot.
It's
depending
not
on what position you play.
It's not, but at the same time, you add 10 million extra bucks in on that salary cap, you're getting another good player. You're paying him 10 mil a year. You're getting a starter on the offensive or defensive side of the ball. He might not be the best player on the field.
You're getting Mike Parsons.
He's going to help you win. You know what I mean? He's going to help you win a lot of ball games. When it comes to these NIL rosters, man, it's getting wild. Like, there's so much. And Texas A&M,
it is.
Your team that we're talking about here, playoffs last year, the reason they were there, NIL money, man. They paid a lot of money out to that team last year.
Well, I mean, look no further than next season, honestly. And no, I'm not pulling the typical Vol, just wait till next year. I'm not pulling that. Whatever. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I've said wait till next year. Whatever. I get it. That's the moniker. But look at next year. We get George, and he's the highest paid running back recruit in the country ever.
$6 million. They're paying that boy.
I mean, it was 8.
Is it 8? Is it?
It might.
I thought it was 6.
It could be 6. It could be
Good
6.
Lord.
Speaking of next Friday night, he's on ESPN playing. So I'm going to be tuning in for that one.
Sure. I think every SEC fan that don't like the Vols should tune into that so they can get a good eye on what they're going to see the coming seasons.
I think Ohio State fans should tune into that one.
100%.
Since they wanted him so bad, and then when he committed here, he's trash.
Hold that L for us, Ohio State. We might have not got you on the field, but we got you on the recruiting trail. Get you some of that.
Hashtag Buckeyes, baby. I hope they show up in droves for this one, and I'm here for it. They know though from the Ohio State preview and the recap and all that from the playoff year. I have no problem eating crow. They're going to come in here and tell us, "Oh, we beat y'all." Blah 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 blah. Yeah, you did because you were the better team. You were the better team. I have no problem saying that.
Yeah.
So
you guys won a national title. Good job.
Go ahead and say what you want to say. If we'd have got any other draw than that, we'd probably win a little bit further. Not saying we'd have won it because I don't think we would have.
No.
But it is what it is.
Sure. Congratulations. You won there. Now we're winning. Take that with you.
Now, that being said, let's end this one how we usually end it. Go Damn Vols.
Go Damn Vols.